Welcome to Fangirl Diaries. This is your fangirl host with the most, Danny. And let's get into today's entry.
Okay, Lilia, how bad? Well, by time, you know what's funny? By the time we air this, the snowstorm will have passed. But how bad do you think it's going to be?
Hopefully, work calling to stay home.
Work calling to stay home? You mean that was not a good sentence.
Yeah.
We need to work on that. Yeah. Do you think the trees will explode?
I hope not.
God, that would be fucked up. That would be wild. I still don't understand how that works. Anyway.
I heard that it sounds like gunshots.
That's terrifying. We live in New York City. Do that again directly in the mic. And that's why she's fired.
No.
Wait, did I curse the first 7 minutes? Seconds? Ugh. Well, there goes our monetization. Whatever. It's the end of the month, Lilia, so it's time for our end of the month recap. Woo! We are so tired because Lilia's taking forever to upload an episode currently while we're doing this. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
So, Lilia, how are we doing this? Do we have a game plan? Or are we just winging it?
There should be an Excel sheet, no?
Yeah, but we never wrote down what we were going to do with this. Oh, you wrote that in your notebook, remember? She slowly picks up the notebook. Okay. I like that you wrote the segments. So nice. We never wrote an actual game plan, did we? This is going to be our demo, our test out. I guess our end of the year should have been our test out, but that's end of the year, not end of the month. So
Pilot 2.0.
Pilot 3.0, because we have a pilot technically. So we're just going to recap what's been going on since, I think, December 22nd. 21st was when we recorded the last one. So every news thought that I've had since then, that's kind of what's going to happen every month, is that we're going to start from a specific date. Like next month will be from the 23rd. Oh, we're being consistent then. Woo! So before we get into news, it's going to be the longest one, I'm kind of going to recap the shows that I watched this week, whatever I dropped, started, any recommendations, maybe some fun stuff in between. I guess I should start with the shows that I finished. It's funny because there's only like 3 that I finished. Well, 2 of them was for the podcast, but I was enjoying watching. And then one was just one that I really just wanted to rewatch again and again and again. So for January, some shows, I think I only had 3 shows that I finished, which was Heated Rivalry. We love our smutty hockey players, although Lilia is scared of that show because she doesn't know what sex is. It confuses her. I love torturing Lilia. But that was a fun one. It's a good one. I think that episode drops before this one. It should be if Lilia could get it done. Right, Lilia?
I'm trying.
Not hard enough. Get it hard? I crack myself up. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. I also finished Me and Who, which was Big Park's second show in their lovely partnership. I love those 2 a lot. They're very, very cute. I swear they're dating with the way that they act. Lily's like, huh? This is going to be a fast one because I really don't have much to say because a lot of these were either shows that we're going to do later on. And then last but not least, I've been feeling very much. So actually, the reason why I watched this one is because everyone freaked me out. One of my favorite couples of all time is Max Nat. And I got into a mood to watch Naughty Babe because I love my baby boy Nat. And the main reason I started watching it again is because everyone, and I mean everyone, freaking out because Nat did a live on TikTok. He does it often. I'm on there making comments. But this came out afterwards. Apparently, he did a live where he was discussing the new show that they're, I think, in the process of like filming now, or at least production has started for Your Third. And he said something along the lines of like, oh, please make sure you support it because this might be our last one ever, which drove people in the fandom nuts. It drove me nuts because the way people were acting, I thought they announced they were breaking up and I almost started crying. But I think in all honesty, that's just him kind of being like, please support us. I don't think he really means it's their last endeavor. I think he said that before. Someone pointed out he might have said that before. I don't know. But that's definitely something that freaked me out. So I just got into the mood to watch Naughty Babe. But yeah, those were the 3 that I finished this month. So We are going to be doing an episode soon about Heated Rivalry and Me and Who, or by the time this comes out, Heated Rivalry will be out. Naughty Babe, I'm still trying to figure out if we're going to hold that until like Nat's birthday in August, or if we're going to do that like anytime soon. It is one of my favorite shows, but to do that one, we have to do Cutie Pie, which I also really, really love. That being said, as much as I love Max Nat, my one show that I dropped this month was Sun Tea. I tried watching that again. I got 2 episodes in and I just couldn't finish it. It's something that like, it's not a terrible show in my opinion, but it really does need a lot of work. And I just was not in the headspace to kind of sit down and be focused on it. Although it does make me laugh certain scenes with how crazy of a plot it is. But it is the show that I unfortunately did drop again this month. So that was a quick one. In terms of shows I started though, this is going to go more into news later, and I'm going to have a mini rant about it. But I did finally start Me and the Pon Puin, is new show that just finished, and all the craziness that's like been announced since then. I have started it recently. I had tried watching a couple months ago, didn't really start. I think I watched like 1 minute of it and then stopped. And now that it's kind of fully finished, I am like sitting down and watching it. So it's a lot of fun so far. I'm really enjoying it. And it's just kind of crazy the amount of news that has come out since that show ended that we're going to get to in our news session later. And then the other show that I recently started, finally, Cat for Cash, which has finally come out. It's so cute. First Cow. I actually think I made a mistake. I don't remember where we talked about this. Oh, it was in our Heart Killers episode that's going to come out in a little like later. But I'll mention this because hopefully people hear both. I mentioned that in Heart Killers that for this new show, the cats were going to be voiced by the boy band Lycan that's under GMM. They're not. There's actual voice actors. I think people got confused because I think one of the cats sounded like them, but it's not. But even then, they were so adorable. It's just the first episode was like really sentimental and sweet, and everything that I love about First Cow. It's kind of crazy how, especially with me getting into BL right now. Well, not right now, but in the past year since I've gotten to BL, there are certain shows that I've watched with certain couples that have kind of set the precedent of like what I think all their shows are going to be like. And then suddenly they do something like completely out of left field. Like for First Cow, Heart Killers wasn't like a full drama, but like watching that one and then seeing like Only Friends, it was kind of like a whiplash of like, wow, these are 2 very, very different shows for this one couple. Like they really diversify like what they do, and then now seeing them in this, which is more of a comedy, it's just kind of crazy. And I think that's what's so great about BL is that they really go out there with different shows that they're trying. So that's kind of like all the things that I've started, kind of all the shows. That being said, I do want to give a monthly recommendation, and it is something I mentioned earlier because it's one of my many comfort shows. So my monthly recommendation from this month is going to be Naughty Babe. I think I'm just feeling very sentimental about that show. Max, Nat, they're the one couple that really puts a smile on my face, especially Nat. He's my little cutie patootie, my baby boy, my sweetness. I love that show. The dog in that show, Lily, you would like this one. It's a little complicated because you do have to, I feel like you could watch it as a standalone, which I recommend. But like Cutie Pie is definitely like a part of it, which is like the show that it's a sequel to. But I think you can watch it without it. And there's like a cute dog, like a little cute dog in it that like, there's literally a scene, my favorite scene in the whole show is when Max's character, and I'm not going to go into character names and all that because we'll do that more when we actually review it, tries to kiss Nat on the cheek or on the lips, I can't remember. And instead, Nat picks up the dog and puts it in the middle of them. And as he's kissing the dog, it looks like the dog is smiling and blushing. It is the cutest thing ever. It's like my favorite scene in the BL. It's so, so cute. And speaking of Naughty Babe, so something fun that I love to do is look at ghost ships. And I've got a few in and out, and this might not be an every end of the month recommendation, but I would like to do one here and there. So for my ghost ship this month, because I was watching Naughty Babe, I am going to give it to Max and Z. Or Z-Max, whichever way you want to put them. Just because I thought watching that one episode of Naughty Babe where they kind of had this hypothetical like dream sequence of them being like cutesy wootsy together, I'm just like, you know what? Put them in a BL together. Give me one series. You can't tell me that New and Nat wouldn't be all down for that. They would love that. I think it would be so funny. 10 out of 10 would change lives. So that's the start of our recap because it's about to get a little crazy this month, isn't it, Lilia? Because we're about to go into news. There's a lot of news. news. I will say one of the pieces of news goes into my hot take, so I might hold that one for last, even though it's in the middle. So how this is going to work is I'm kind of going to read the date of which the news was dropped. That way we kind of keep consistency. I'll explain the news and then I'll give my quick thoughts. Some might be a lot of thoughts. There's 2 pieces of news here that Lily and I are going to talk about because we got to rant about it. And yeah, we're going to go from there. So here's how we're going to go on a full rant. So we're going to start all the way back in December 22nd. I remember when this dropped, I called you and was like, can we edit this in the end of the year? And it was just kind of too late because I had to fly out to London 2 days afterwards. But it was not like it was a huge at the time, but apparently it had been announced beforehand. So December 22nd, it was announced that Kuhart had completed his contract as Wabi Sabi and he's opened his own company, which we love that. Go Kuhart. He's, I think someone who can really, he kind of knows what he's doing. He knows what he wants to work. He's worked with many different partners. So I think this is going to be a great venture for him. And I know he said he's going to continue finishing Forever You, which I'm really happy about. He made sure to notify that was something he was going to finish because I need him in the rest of Forever You. But we love to hear. So congratulations to Kuhart on your new venture. We're going to fast forward to December 26th. So this one has a lot of newses throughout the month. So we're going to, again, keep it to the order, but it was announced that Boss and Noel are going to be singing both the opening and closing theme for the Boy Next World Japanese adaptation. Noel is singing the opening, Boss is singing the closing. I think by the time this is recorded, they've already sung it at a, not a premiere, but a fan meetup kind of announcement thing. I think it's wonderful that they are being involved into their shows, especially the adaptations a lot more. This kind of happened with Love in the Air, where the 2 of them were there to promote it with Fort and P, and then Fort and Boss got to be in a special episode. The one thing I will say about this, though, because Boy Next World, Love in the Air, and then Love Sea, I believe are all done by the same company, it does put a little sour taste in my mouth that for whatever reason, Fort and P were not given the good graces to promote Love Sea. I don't think they ever went to meet up with the actors. I could be wrong, but they weren't as involved. I don't think we ever got to see them with them, or I think the most cameo we got, funny enough, in Love Sea was the 2 actors who were basically the Boss and Noel counterpart in the Japanese adaptations. So while I'm really, really happy that Boss and Noel are doing this, I love that they're really connected. I hope we get a cameo from Boss and Noel. It does add to the conversation of me mind why. What are we doing? Because you've already lost a few actors. We do need to not put so much focus on one couple. And this is a couple I really love. I love Boss and Noel. But the favoritism is showing, and I feel like it's going to affect them. But whatever. I can't wait to hear the theme songs. I'm sure they're going to be great. I'm pretty sure those are going to be our songs of the week when we do that episode. One of them. It may be the Noel one. Because he's done a lot of singing. He has his own singing career. He was the one, Lilia, that I believe he trained under Pledis, is what everyone says. So I'm excited to hear him sing. Continuing, we finally get into the New Year's. So I should mention, as I do news, I'm not going to hit every news that comes out of the BL world. I kind of touch points more on actors and couples that mean to me. And even then, I'm not going to touch on everything, especially if it gets resolved or fast quickly or I don't have much opinions on. This is kind of here and there. So that being said, we're going to jump to January 6th. The Mundi had announced 2 new mascots for Tail Firestone, which was named Rainy, and Kang Namping. I'm still trying to pronounce names. Their mascot, I think, is O-A. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. One of them is a cute little bunny duck, and the other one's a raindrop. And it's so cute. I know that a lot of people were complaining that they were copying GMM, but GMM did not start this whole mascot thing. Everyone who's anyone has kind of a mascot. I mean, look at BTS. They have BT21. NCT have mascots. 127. TXT have mascots. Twice has their lovelies. So mascots are kind of a thing everywhere. It's just that GMN kind of hit a spot with a very specific mascot that I am going to talk about later because I'm so excited about talking about this mascot. So I think it's really cute. That being said, Demundi, if you are listening, and you're not, but you will because I'm going to send this straight to your offices. I am possibly going to Thailand in April. So you have 3 months to make a mascot for MaxNat. And you better do it before I go there so I could go there and buy all the merch because I want a MaxNat mascot. Do you hear me? Do you? Back to Boy Next World. There was an announcement that Boy Next World, I think it became official today, even more so. But this was kind of alluded to on January 13th. Our release date is going to be February 1st. Actually, it was announced today, December 23rd? 22nd? What's today? Today's 22nd.
Third.
Wow, really? You got 2 days to edit this. Just to make note that as of today, I think today was announced that Gaga Ulala is going to be the home for Boy Next World. That's where it's going to be premiere, at least in the US. I think everywhere except for Japan. That was not surprising. Love in the Air is over there. Love Sea is over there. So it was not surprising to me that Boy Next World, at least the Japan ones, are all going to be there. It is going to suck because I really was hoping for Aikui. I like Gaga Ulala. It's just sometimes I have some issues working with it, especially when I try to up the speed just a little bit. On January 9th, Domandi announced their new show, Dong With You, per TT's brand new show. I'm happy we're getting another Domandi show. I am hoping that Domandi hurries up and gets us more like shows like Magic Lover. That's what I'm waiting for. But I shall be tuning in for this one because, of course, I will. I love everything Domandi. I'm very much a Domandi girl. I really love GMM, but I love me some Domandi. This is coming out January 31st. It's going to be on Aikui, so I will be tuning in. Lilia, you need to be here for the next two. So on January 13th and January 15th, not only did BTS announce their world tour dates, but a new album was announced. Lilia, how was the ticketing buying experience as the one of the two of us who got in and actually got the tickets?
I almost passed out.
Did you cry?
Yeah.
How bad?
Like a 5 out of 10.
So I want to point out, I got to work 2 hours early to sit there so I wouldn't be late to work. I get in to the waiting room and I'm at 13,000 for Saturday, 12,000 for Sunday. Lilia, what numbers did you get?
7 and 6,000.
Yep. I feel bad for all the people who got like 75,000, 96,000. How we got that lucky.
And that's considering you got your queue number before me.
Yeah, it's true because it loaded for me first and mine was still high. So it really, like, nothing about being there early or being there late matters. It's just the name of the game. It's just when Ticketmaster decides what number you get, which is crazy to me. But also the fact that you got all 4 tickets, great. This was like 30 minutes after it started. And then I got in a few minutes after you bought the tickets and then suddenly I got in. And like, there was still a lot left. And then suddenly next thing you know, I think like, I want to say 15 minutes after we bought our tickets, that's when everything sold out for MetLife. I hope they add another date. I know they haven't. They probably won't. But it would be nice if by the time this drops, they've added a third date. How excited are you for the new album?
I'm too excited.
Way too excited. I will say, I do like that all their album versions come with a set of photo cards. And that's not like, buy this and you only get 1 card. Mm-hmm. So that'll be great. Maybe less album waste. Because that really is a problem with K-pop. So we're really excited. We're going to do an episode on Being Youth. Is that what it's called? Begin Youth. Okay. The quote-unquote BTS drama series that everyone forgot about. We're actually, I think, going to drop that the week after the album drops. We're dropping it.
Oh, 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Oh, yeah, because we're going to drop it the day that the show...
No,
the show's based on the books.
But it's the anniversary of that album, of The Most Beautiful Moment.
But is that when the book is set?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't read those books. I read the first one and then just didn't bother read the second one.
It's the anniversary of the album.
So that'll be fun. You'll get our full reaction to the album then, or at least Lilia's, because she's better at music than me. Way better. Okay, but now we have to talk about the truest superstar. The biggest name of all music to come out of Thailand. On January 15th, right after BTS announced their new album, Poca-san released his hit chart-topping single, I Am Poca-san. Lily doesn't understand the hype of Poca-san. I showed her a video of him, and she was like, is that a bear? And I'm like, you don't understand. You don't understand the likes of Poca-san. I wanted to make Poca-san our boy of the month, and Lily was like, no. I got vetoed out. I love Poca-san. I would commit war crimes for Poca-san. The song is so cute. My one gripe is that GMM put the music video online, right? The single is not on Spotify. I don't think it's on music either. Because he has a profile. Because he did a song with his dads. Leon doesn't understand that Taenu are his parents. And that he was birthed by one of them.
Okay.
I gotta tell you, so there, I'll tell you when I'm done announcing the news. But they haven't put it on Spotify. I don't think it's on Apple Music. And he does have a profile page because they did a song together, like a cute little song, and it's on there. But this one isn't, which I don't understand. It's like it's like a minute long song. You can put it on there. I've had shorter songs on Spotify. So I will say, you know what's funny? Because you're like confused. There was I hope this is translated correctly. There was a photo of Tay and Nu, his dad's. And they're like wearing these shirts that are like really open down. And on Twitter, because all the mascots have Twitters, Pokemon is like, I just want to know what happened to the buttons on, because he calls them Papa and Popo, I think. He goes, what happened to the buttons on your shirts? Because they were open. And one of them responds saying, I just breastfed you and forgot to close it. That's how great. I do love how the actors do get into it with the like mascots. Like they're actually not just like, oh, this is supposed to represent us. They actually get in with the whole pretending that like these are our kids. Like they're really into it. And I think that's what really sells the characters and the mascots, which I think is great. This next one, I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about it. Now that we've kind of gone past and it's been a while, I think it's more of a question of like, if someone could explain to me what the fuck happened between East and Jung fans, because like literally on the 15th, although this was happening, I was finding out that East fans were getting death threats from Jung fans, and then his fans got pissy with how Jung kind of handled the situation. I was so confused, like what the fuck was going on? If someone can explain to me, because is it because Jung said something or hung out? Like, I know I could do my research, but like, it was so confusing. Can we just not cause fights between friends? Like, can't we just all get along? What is the point? They're all both doing well. And it's like crazy because they're doing, these fights are happening as the two are like releasing shows, you know, with East being in Me and Thee, and then Jung with Dare You to Death. It's just kind of crazy to me. So I'm not going to harp on that too much. I really am just like, whatever. My Romance Scanner premieres on February 1st. I'm so excited for that one. I just love that we're finally getting our next show. It's something that I'm excited to watch, and I hope everyone else is too. So watch it, I guess. Let's see. So on January 17th, GMM had announced that there is going to be a Me and Thee special episode series called Peach and Me. And then on January 22nd, it was announced that another short drama series called Thee and Thee was also going to come out on tomorrow by the time we drop this, the 24th. So it'll come out tomorrow. Who knows, maybe I'll have my reaction the next time we watch this or when we watch Me and Thee. I will say, I think it's really cool that they're doing this. So apparently the Thee and Thee one is supposed to be like those Chinese short drama series that you see on your phone when you're like scrolling. Like apparently I think Pon's character gets sucked into like this AI computer, which I'm really confused as to why they're doing that. And then I think Peach and Me is like a continuation of this series. So while I'm really excited and I've started watching the show, it's great. I'm going to talk about the fan day thing. I do think it's kind of ridiculous that like, I guess because the show's really successful, great that they announced this. It does kind of put a sour note in my mouth because I do remember last year when Osana's Love came out and finished, they didn't announce, and I know they didn't because I am always on my Instagram and GMM posts like a million posts a day and I scrolled through to check, didn't announce that they were going to do Osana Love. And other people said this, Osana Love mini episodes, and they dropped them on YouTube. That's how I found out. They just dropped these episodes and everyone was like, what the fuck? So I'm really excited for Pon and Puin. This is a great thing for them, but I just think like GMM needs to announce this for like when you're gonna do it for any of your shows, actually announce it and not just drop it because it's ridiculous. So there's last two news. So I'm gonna go on my I have a few hot takes, and then we'll kind of end this up. But so the last few news is on January 21st, and this was kind of sour note for me because it takes us back to my end of the year recap. So literally January 21st, Change 2561 announced that Pingnut and Ben's Garfield have parted ways as pairs. I will say, during the whole I'm the Most Beautiful count thing, the writing was kind of on the wall for Pingnut. As much as I'd hate to admit it, I love them in Pit Babe. I thought they were really cute together, even seeing them interact. But you can kind of tell that towards the end of like the promotion for I'm the Most Beautiful count, they were just not having it. They were kind of just. I don't know who, you know, very clearly they said it was mutual, but it's just very clear that they weren't feeling it anymore, and it's really sad. I hope they get each a new pairing, or if they decide to do just random pairings when they do shows, I hope it turns out well for both of them. I have nothing against either one of them. I hate that fans are putting them together. If if not Salad Nut fans, those who ship Salad and Nut, could like back the fuck up, because Salad very clear is staying with his boy Pon, and I hope they get another show together. Don't pit friends against each other, all right? This parting just happened. Let these artists grow on their own for a little bit before they jump into a new pairing. It's clearly what they want, what they need. That being said, Ben's Garfield, I was really surprised about. I thought we were going to get finally a show with them. I've been waiting for a while because I loved them together in This Love Doesn't Have Long Been. Completely. I actually, no joke, put an episode of that show on yesterday after the news came out the other day. Very surprised. I don't follow them as much as like I do other couples, so I wasn't really watching. But it was crazy to me to find out that like, I think it was 2 days before the news had dropped, that they actually did like a promotional event together. And I watched the video, and there kind of really was no signs. It's probably easy to hide it, but like it was really sad. And all four of them kind of came out, kind of expressed to the fans to like thank them. But it's just crazy. I was like, okay. And so my last news, I'm going to talk about the Fan Day thing first. So this is not so much a fan hat take. GMM had announced that we're going to do Fan Day the day before the Lion King concert for Pon Puin, William East, kind of like they did earlier in the year, last year with Earth Mix and Chris Santos. Instead it's going to be Pon Puin and William East. Obviously, we're writing off the whole me and Fee thing, which is great. I tried doing ticketing this morning, and Ilya can attest to it. I got into ticketing on AXS at exactly 10 o'clock. I watched the countdown go down, got in, there was no tickets left. I fought for almost 40 minutes just to end up with an A ticket, which I'm only a little sour about. At least everyone's getting like a signed poster and we're all getting high touch. I kind of would have liked to have gone VIP at the very least, because I would have liked to do a photo with myself, especially because I'm going on my own. But I do think it was kind of crazy that all of this was happening. So it was just crazy. And the fact that like they announced this and so soon and then are deciding to do this right after the BS ticketing is kind of crazy. But I got my ticket. I'm making my freebies. I know a lot of people didn't get tickets because it was frustrating. I want to point out, I literally got Lilia on the phone and she tried. She got kicked out a bunch. I got kicked out a bunch. I had to restart my computer because it thought I was like a bot.
I thought I was a bot too.
And you know what's weird? AXS is working weird for me now. Even though I bought the ticket, it's like being weird. Like I literally had the browser open with the ticketing loading from earlier, and it was like, oh, something went wrong. You have to clear out this. Like they're suspecting me of being a bot. It's 5 hours later. I'm not buying fucking tickets. Before I go to the last news that's going to include my hot take, Lilia just showed me that apparently Big Hit announced another fucking, how many shows? Is it one show or two more? One? Another fucking show in Las Vegas for BTS. Can they get something to MetLife? Because like I know we have our tickets, but how fucked up was that like MetLife sold out so quickly? Like thank God we got our tickets. That still pisses me off. I feel bad for so many fans who couldn't get a seat in New Jersey. Like Big Hit, what the fuck?
City Field. I want City Field.
I don't.
I do.
No, their staff sucks.
City Field.
You want to deal with their staff?
They were nice to me.
I hope that they're not going to announce City Field. MetLife is where they're going to do it. So if they announce another date, it's going to be a MetLife. They're not going to... City Field is not big enough. It's
Not anymore.
No, so it has to be MetLife. Like, I'm hoping at least that this means that they announced one a couple of days later. Wasn't General Sale today?
Tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow they'll announce on the MetLife. That would be wild. Would you try for it?
No.
I would for the fun of it. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. Okay, so we're getting into my last news because it's going to go into my hot take. So today, actually, as we're recording this, was the final episode of DMMD's Friendship, the Mondays like series where they couple people. 3 couples have been formed. So Cooper, Fila, Rojin, sorry, I suck at pronouncing names, and North Otto. That was the easiest one. Congrats to the couplings. Congrats to the pairings. I don't watch these shows. I've watched, I think, the season where Thomas Kong became a pair, King Namping became a pair, but like in the sense of like I've watched clips. I've never watched a full episode because I don't like shows competitions like these. I feel like to make a competition where you're making up these pairings and you're having people like do these chemistry tests, it's just gonna cause chaos. And this one clearly did. When it comes to the series, I think it was Pong. They had really good chemistry. I think it was him and Cooper. And I just realized I read the Monday couple name wrong earlier. That's going to be with me all these. I think at the end, when you don't end up in a pairing, you like end on a sad hill holding like a bunny. That's fucking depressing. This dude had really good chemistry. He was in like one of the top BLs of last year and he didn't end up in a pairing. Kind of crazy to me. And then I remember I went on Twitter and I'm going to watch all the couples when they get their own shows because I love the Monday. I'm a the Monday girly. But like I could see people being so angry, so mad, not being happy for this. And I'm just like, oh, this is gonna suck. And people already being nasty. And then I think Cooper went to like the Kanjira like concert to support them and they took a picture together and people were like, oh, if you're gonna do this, stop like teasing him doing this, blah, blah. And I'm like, they're friends. At the end of the day, they're all actors. This is not like, I know people joke that this is like a dating show. It's not. It's coupling for works. Yes, it's emotional because they're putting a lot of themselves. They're putting their vulnerable sides out there. But at the end of the day, they're still workers. They're still co-workers in a company. Y'all need to calm the fuck down because this is what makes BL so toxic. And that was my hot take for the month. What do you think, Lilia? Woo! So I guess we're going to close out now because that was kind of it. Lilia, do we have anything else that we need to talk about? Do you know? Ranking time?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So our first rankings of the month for January. So kind of like we do weekly and then for our yearly, we're going to do a couple. So we're going to do boy, show, song, and couple. I will say Lilia picked the boy. Should I tell the story about the boy picking? So I couldn't figure out who to pick because there were so many options. I was going to maybe pick someone from Heated Rivalry. I was going to pick someone from Me and Me. I couldn't figure out who to pick. So what I did was I went on Drama List. And I know not everyone's on Drama List, but I put a good amount of of my favorite actors from BLs in there. And I told Lilia to pick. So she technically picked this month's. But I agreed. And then she was finally satisfied because it was driving her nuts, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll do this again next month. No, next month I should have one. But I like who we picked. So our very first boy of the month for January is First. Whoop, 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 whoop. I was getting really into Heart Killers and Cat for Cash is out. So congrats to him. And he's really cute. You have to admit that he's cute.
So I picked him.
Lies you scroll through. No, but he's great. I love him. I think he's supposed to cameo in Only Friends next to. Also, he was the sweetest. We talked. I was talking to Lilia about the Heart Killers event that I'd gone to last year when he was sick. He's so sweet. So he's our boy of the month. Whoop 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 whoop. Now for our show of the month, Heated Rivalry. I'm just throwing it out there because Lilia hasn't finished editing the episode. But I've watched it a couple of times. I finally got my hands on the books as we talk about. It's such a good show. There's a lot of drama and non-drama going on, and I would rather talk about this show in the positive light. I think it's such a fun show, a very emotional show. I think it's definitely done a lot of changes for good that I don't think it was going to do. I don't think it was set out to be this revolutionary show, and it became that, and we love it. And I hope that Connor and Hudson continue to thrive in Hollywood way past, Heated Rivalry. I hope they continue to have really long and amazing careers. So, yay! This one's going to be Lilia's least favorite. It's Song of the Month. It's everyone's least favorite song. It's Internet Girl by Cat's Eye. I don't know why everyone hates the song. Everyone loved Gnarly, or like Gnarly grew on everybody, but suddenly this one everyone hated. It's a fun dance song. We need fun, silly songs. I want everyone to stop being like, oh, Cat's Eye's being used for blah, 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 blah. Why can't we have fun dance songs? It's a fun song to dance around to. It's my song. It's going to be like number one on my Spotify rap this year. I know it. Unless something else comes out. But it's so good. The Grammys are, at the end of this month or the end of next month?
The first.
First of this month. So
February.
Here's hoping they get Best New Artist at least.
Woo!
Plus, they have songs like Gabriella, so it's not like they don't have serious songs. But Internet Girl, I don't know, it hit for me. It's like a fun, I just love bouncing to it. And then, of course, our couple of the month. We have to give couple of the month, especially because it took me 40 minutes to get a ticket to at least give them a high five in 2 months. It is Ponpuin. Congrats, considering how much Me and Thee has like exploded. 2 spin-off shows is insane to me. Now a fan day. Their freaking mascot, the very cute Prim Poon, that cute little teddy bear who I'm tempted to figure out how I can cosplay for the fan day because it's like yellow headphones, a little heart on my cheek. Started talking this month. The mascots, when they turn like 3, they start talking. The mascots have ages and they go to school.
Wow.
This is fun lore. You should get into it.
Okay.
You should pick a mascot so that when if I go to Thailand, I'll get you the keychain for it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that'll be your favorite couple.
Okay.
It'll be really funny if you pick a couple that's the like really nasty sexy. They don't go too crazy on GMM. It's gonna be so funny if she picks someone from OnlyFriends. But yeah, so Primpoon finally talked this month, so I gotta give it to them because they are thriving and they're gonna continue to thrive. So yeah, that kind of is a wrap. This is kind of like, I guess Lilia pointed out, this is kind of like a pilot for our end of the month. Who knows, maybe next month will be a little bit more energetic, a little bit more to it. We're kind of filtering out what we think is going to be good. If you have any suggestions, if you're listening, give us some suggestions. We've written a few down, so who knows what we'll do, but that's kind of the end of that, and we will see you in the next one. Ciao.
All right, guys, that's it for this entry. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts. On Twitter, you can find us at FG Diaries Pod. On Tumblr, TikTok, and Instagram, you'll find us at FG Diaries Podcast. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and hope you all have a wonderful fangirly day.